moment. All it takes is a moment. Is it fate that you came this far unbroken? If it's destiny, you wrote it. Focused, but you gotta be focused. Make or break, it's the last goodbye they remember you for. They're calling your name, go and take what's yours. Here, now, it's everything you've been dreaming about. There's a reason why you were chosen. This is your moment.
Welcome to Rokk Around the Clock, daily cloud gaming news live at the same time, Monday to Friday. But first, if you're new to the show, please subscribe and hit the bell. If you'd like to support the channel, why not hit the join button on the channel homepage and become a member of Team Rokk.
We see the world in a cold light. It isn't much, but it's all we needed. It's all we needed. With everything in its right place, we push away 'cause it's all we needed. To go through the best.
I need to choose the mic. Alright, let's see if that's done it. Yes, sorry about this, guys. So what I was just saying for the last 5 minutes was I've just spent the last 3 hours rebuilding my PC, and I've got it back, and I've got most of the applications installed, but my main camera is not working, so I'm having to use my backup camera, which is why it's not so good. I can't hear the music. Hopefully you guys can. I just played it on YouTube, and I think it's all sounding okay for you. And I've got the wheel working, but we don't need to do !win today because it's members only. And then I just was saying a second ago, let me just refresh this thing over here. Let me know, guys, if there are issues. So no, it's all the eye contact's making me nervous. Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it? I'm not sure yet whether it's a good thing or not. It's kind of a good thing. See, if I put my hand over my eyes, see, yeah, we're getting some frame dropout weird stuff going on as well, aren't we? Are you seeing it okay at your end? I was in two minds. About running it from... oh, hang on, that's why. Yeah, I was in two minds about running it from EVMAX, or EVMux, I should say. If you're getting really jittery rubbish and stuff, let me know. Looks good, sounds good. Okay, why am I getting it? I'm getting it pausing and doing all sorts of weird stuff. It might be too much. Let me take that down to 25. Let me know, guys, if you're seeing... Sorry about this. We're going to end up having a very odd show, I think, while I try and get stuff sorted. More than I normally do. Good for me. See, at my end, I'm not seeing it at all. It's showing as just a whirling loading screen, but that might be because I'm 30 seconds ahead of you or behind you. I'm just going to go into the studio and check. Hope you're all okay. What an idiot. With all my woes. It is Friday the 13th, Crow. That's true, my friend. No, contents connect streaming software to preview. Okay, that's there. Stream, the stream, what's it saying here? The stream's current bitrate is higher than the recommended. Yeah. So I've turned that down. Barclay, thank you, my friend. That'll go towards my birthday fund. It's my birthday tomorrow. Oh, could have been worse. Thank you, brother. Look at that. At least the old DDD is working, which is cool. Thank you so much. So let me turn it down again. See, I'm seeing it dropping out at my end. I'm going to take it down to 20,000, which is what I think the bitrate that William uses. I'll also turn off this eyeball thing because it is a bit odd. I agree with you. It's great in principle, but there we go. It's off. You can relax a bit now. How weird. What other ones have I got in here that I can go with? Let's go with background blur. I normally have a little bit of blur on, don't I? Like blur as in park life. No, not that blur. Right, that's looking okay. Good, we're getting there. Oh, thanks, Rouster. Thank you, my friend. It's annoying that I can't hear the music. You can hear the music, can't you? Background music. Quiet. So what I had to do in an hour... Oh, thanks, William. Cheers, my bro. Join us. He pays for his advert. I love it. It satisfies his conscience. Yeah, bless you, dude. You could do that every week, but I think the rates are fairly high, fairly low, to be fair. Yeah, so in the time, I've had to... So I reinstalled Windows. Luckily, I store everything off my PC. I don't store anything on the PC other than apps. So all my data, I use Google Docs. So all my docs and my email, everything's all in the cloud. So thanks, Winstar. Cheers, my friend. So that's never an issue when I'm having to redo it. Only 50 characters. Happy birthday for tomorrow. Cheers, Eddie. Oh, you guys. So I had to get OBS in. I couldn't get all the plug-in filters in time, so no Larry. And we could bring a Larry in, but to be fair, I don't typically do that on a Friday. It's our members only day, and there's not much news today, if I'm honest with you. So, see, I'm not seeing... Where's my mouse gone now? Where's my mouse? Oh, there it is. Yeah, over in YouTube Studio, Team Rokk Friday, I'm going to come out and go back in. I'm not seeing anything, but as long as you guys, I mean, nobody... Oh, cheers, bro, with the $5 from Canada Land. Bless you. Happy birthday. Thanks, my friend. As long as you guys are seeing a stream, I'm not overly worried, but I am baffled because... Stream Health says... Well, OBS is saying it's fine. Oh, this is all a bit like non-entertaining. Sorry, fellas and fellaresses. Stream status is excellent as far as YouTube is going. That was a 5, but it's suggesting, hey, my brother's there. Oh, bless him. He popped in today. It's always lovely to see my little bro. Thank you so much, my friend. And my friend and my brother and my confidant and my rock and my little hero. Tony Stone, happy birthday. I can't see it because this fucking just put a bubble up over the top. Get out of it. I'm not chatting publicly. It's because I logged in with a different account. Anyway, yeah, okay. Let me just go, hi, Rokk, and that'll get rid of the bubble. Thank you. P.S. I've got the receipt if you need it. It's the classic birthday line, isn't it? Okay. So, it's looking all right as far as I'm really glad I did it, by the way, because I've been having all sorts of funny issues, and I think it was absolutely the right thing to do. So YouTube recommends a maximum of 18,000 BPS when you're streaming 1440 or 2K, as they call it, which is what we are. So let me just bang it down to 18,000 so it stops whinging. I don't know why I'm not seeing it though, which is a bit annoying. I have no idea. Almost there. Oh, I've added some new games into the members only bundle, by the way. So we've got an outright games bundle as well. So that's all cool. All right, now I'm going to view it. Yeah, see, when I go into view me, let me go live. It's stuttery as hell. But you guys are saying it looks fine. That's so odd. So odd. I mean, it could be at my end. Let me do a fast.com. 578, 880, 920, 960 megabits per second. There's nothing wrong with that. Unloaded latency 3 milliseconds. Loaded 8 milliseconds. What about my up speed? That's the most important one. 75, 80. I mean, it should be an average of 110, but we've got some stuff going on. It's 80. They're probably playing games and stuff in the other room, but that's good. That would be 78,000 kilobits per second, give or take, and I'm whacking it up at 18, so there's plenty of space. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not worried as long as you can see. I get the same thing if I play it on my phone. It looks fine. So, okay, Primo, you're seeing it frozen on a monitor, presumably, but not on mobile. Oh, thank you, Demi. Bless you. Well, you see, the thing is, most people watch me on a mobile. So on that one basis, that's fine. So let me pull up the settings again. I would have got all this sorted. I would have tested it and stuff. Let me try a couple of things here. Let me go with that one for a start. I'm going to slow the quality down. If worse comes to worse, I'll pop it on to 1080. Right, let's give that a few seconds. It's weird because it's actually showing no frame dropouts, which for the last few days I've been getting some nasty frame dropouts. Watching on my laptop, no issues, says Adam, but the stream looks great on my laptop. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I've decreased the quality as far as YouTube is concerned, so we'll see what happens. I'll refresh over here and see if it's weird. As soon as it comes up, it pauses. I'm going to put it down to being the browser. I'm not overly worried. As long as you guys are seeing it, and I'm going to stop saying that now. Good on mobile and the TV for me. When I stream, it slows choppy. The only problem with you, mate, is that it shows choppy on my PC, but fine on my phone right now. It looks good on my phone. Thank you, Ray. Bless you, my friend. Oh, I love you too, dude. You know that. Okay, I'm going to stop looking. By the way, if you're wondering, it's not on Twitch either. I didn't get the plugin installed in time to do dual stream, so we're purely on YouTube. And as long as you guys are seeing me, look at my phone. My phone won't be encumbered by any recent updates. So if I go to... I was literally like... Yeah, it's fine on there, isn't it? I was literally... Brilliant. Okay, cool. I'm going to stop looking on YouTube and assume it's fine. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that. I was literally like, oh no, what do I do? So my options were, I couldn't get the mic happening, so I thought, oh, the mic's not working either. So I was going to fire it all up on my laptop. Oh look, calendar's just reminded me. All-day event. Snooze for 5 minutes. My birthday. Oh, you lovely. Look at that, Ray, you beautiful man. Yes, so I was going to fire it up on the laptop because I've actually got OBS running on my new MacBook, and I did a test stream the other day running GFN, and it was amazing. It was really, really good. That was why, in the end, I got rid of the Windows PC, Windows laptop, and bought a MacBook because I remember Duncan saying a while back when they launched. It must have been 21 when they launched the new MacBooks, and he bought one. They just said it was just amazing. So I bought one with all my hard-earned cash, put my little gaming account into overdraft as well. Something I really didn't like doing. But I'm happy that I have done, because it is great. Now, what I'm going to do is move OBS over, because the only thing we need to do with OBS, really, is go to the wheel, which we'll do in a little while. Okay, that's cool. And, so I can now see the chat, pretty much where the camera is. That's cool. Okay, you guys are lovely. Rudigs, hey, just popped in, a little busier today, but I wanted to stop. It was fun being part of Rokk Plays. You were really good, actually, mate. I don't know if you're still here. I can see the eye contact is working well. Yeah, I've ditched it now. I'm not sure. I kind of like the idea, but I tend to look at the camera anyway. So the problem I have at the moment is I'm using my little Logitech webcam, which I've got at about the same position that I normally have my camera. It's not so sharp, and because I'm zoomed in with NVIDIA Broadcast, which I have to do because it's like a big old wide-angle lens, and I can take it back a little bit. Oh no, shrunk. But by doing that, it just makes it a little bit sharper. Because of course, it's not like anything. If you zoom in, you lose resolution. So anyway, so I've got to do all that. I've got to set that up properly, get that working again, at least I got the mic working, because that wasn't working up until about 2 minutes before. So that was flipping annoying. I don't know in the chat, but I'm seeing you guys dropping the cash. I'm really, really pleased. Thank you so much. Thank you, Adam. Really appreciate that. Ha! Yeah, he does, Tracy. Oh no, I've shrunk. Hang on. Oh. Let me sit up. What have I done? Woohoo, Rock's got the tunes today. Oh, well, it's the same tunes as normal, but they may be a little louder because I can't hear them, and therefore I'm not bothering to adjust it. But yeah, I have a playlist with Monster Cat, which is a thing that I license. And I've got about 30 songs on this playlist and 150 on the 8-hour-long Friday thing that I did last week, which I probably won't do because I'm not going to have time to set it all up today. So yeah, and I got most of it all going, but not the Larry the Laptop filter. Get out of the way, Mike. Sorry, it's all right, dude. But yeah, these are hand-picked tunes I know you'll love. So everyone's seeing it okay. Thank you. I don't know what's going on. I probably just need a restart of my PC to get everything to kick in. But I didn't want to. I didn't want to do that whilst we were literally seconds away. It's stuttering and pixely on my TV, but that's because my Android app won't update on my Fire Stick. Oh, that's annoying. Wonder why that is. Is it an older Fire Stick? Maybe it doesn't have the necessary graphics chip that the newer Android. I don't know. It's weird. I've got a fairly old Fire Stick actually. I don't think I've had any issues. But as long as you guys are seeing me, I wish. Tracy, Demi. Ha, yes, he does. Tracy, do you have any plans for the weekend, Demi? And Demi does. She wishes, only getting caught up with stuff around the house. 80,000 chores. Wow. So it's a real shame. My family desperately want to do something for my birthday, but I'm such an old miser. Firstly, I'll be 56. Now that in my book, right, you get to 55 and it's not so bad because you're halfway between 50 and 60. And you think, that's okay, it's got a ring to it. 56, that's closer to 60. And that is like 14 years to 70. And I'm starting to feel it now. So I'm not particularly over the moon about it. And they wanted to go out for the day and do stuff. I'm going to have to do something because it's never always about you, is it? It's about your family. And they want to do something, bless them. So yeah, I'll end up doing something, but I don't know what yet. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that, my friend. It's not a great time of the year either. So tomorrow, pretty much all around the UK, it's predicting pretty dodgy weather, floods and nasty rain and stuff. So it would have to be something indoors. I tell you what, I was actually quite keen to go to a thing called Paynton Zoo. So it's a little place near where I live here called Paynton, Paign-Ton, Paynton. I wonder if it has anything to do with pagans. And they have a zoo which has been there since I was a little tiny boy. Come over here, Rokk. No, over here, dude. My earliest memory when I was little was going to that zoo. I literally 4 or 5 years old, and they had one of the lions there that was in the film Born Free. I used to watch the poor little thing pace up and down. I mean, I don't even think they call it a zoo anymore. You know, they kind of zoos were very much a Victorian thing. The Victorians, as a society, had a lot of money at one end, and there was the bigger middle class than there had ever been. So there was cash, largely off the back, of course, of the Third World and slavery, etc. And not so much the Victorians. It had ended in the UK by the time Victoria became the Queen, but certainly the money was there, and so they were big into experiences. You know, package tours were invented in the Victorian period by, I think, Thomas Cook, who used to put tours together, put holidays together, vacations, where people would go on a train somewhere and it was all booked up and everything. He just kind of started that industry. And they just loved doing things because money allowed them to. So, you know, like the billionaires of now are spending millions to be the first to go up into space for an hour, literally, and then come back again. Well, the Victorians were kind of in that space. Obviously, they weren't billionaires, but they were able to pay. So they paid to go and see collections of animals. You know, they would pay to go and see mentally incapacitated people in mental institutions, like Bedlam, for a penny a throw. You know, do weird things like that because they had the money to do it, and there was no TV, so the theatre was massive. People like Phineas T. Barnum obviously made a fortune satisfying that deep desire to experience the unusual, and you know, stuff that you wouldn't normally see. His famous phrase, of course, one born every minute, because he would do, you know, he would get people to put fake beards on and stuff. I mean, he was actually a bit of a cad. The film, which, by the way, the musical film, is one of my favourites. I love it. I love the songs. I watch it often. But it's nothing like the real Barnum. He was pretty nasty by all accounts, and not very nice to his wife. So, yeah, I think Hugh overplayed the role. But nonetheless, that's what Victorians did, right? So the zoos that, when I was a child, were very much a hangover from the Victorian period. And it was cram animals in to tiny cages and charge people to come in for the experience. And it had less to do with the welfare of animals and more to do with profit. And then in the 90s, maybe kicking off late 80s, certainly into the 90s, it became much more about breeding programs and ecology and stuff. But I'm not really sure that the line between zoos and the welfare of animals ever really happened. So you know what they did in a lot of these places was get rid of the little tiny cages where they would keep a chimp, you know, in a 7-foot by 7-foot wire cage with some straw. Which to me, it's like, you know, chimpanzees have a really high level of intelligence. I mean, equivalent of maybe a 7 or 8 year old child. If you put an 8-year-old child in a 7x7 cage, you know, and went around and laughed at it and poked at it and threw sweets at it and stuff, you know, I mean, you can imagine that's that kind of level. So now they put them in larger enclosures and they give them, you know, little islands with trees and forests and stuff. And yeah, there's an argument that, and a lot of them do exchanges to breed and so on. But then there are things like pandas. I was watching the thing the other day, I don't think it was Attenborough, But they were saying, it wasn't that long ago where pandas were endangered, and now in China you can walk down the road. There's one every 5 yards, and every zoo in the world has a freaking panda breeding program, and they pay an absolute fortune, and they just But it's a shame, isn't it? The cute animals, the cuddly animals, are the ones that we care about, and the insects. And the ugly animals don't tend to get a look in. It's a real shame. I'm losing them, you guys. Sorry, I've gone off on one about zoos, but that's where I fancy going tomorrow, because I've been in love with animals my entire life. I love animals, but from an animal point of view, not the anthropomorphic point of view of treating a dog like a child, for example. Treat a dog like a wolf. Dogs' instincts are those of a wolf. They wish to be in a pack, and they look for an alpha male. And if you don't present yourself as an alpha male or an alpha female, then they will take that role. And but they adore being in a pack, so they will always show subordinates to the alpha. And we sometimes mistake it for love. It's subordinates. The rolling over and give me a tickle is saying, you are my boss. Cats are very much solo animals. They will use you as a place of refuge and an easy place to get a meal. But trust me, if they prefer the refuge down the road and the food's tastier, they ain't hanging around. And the saddest thing is when you see people with birds in cages. An animal with a direct link to dinosaurs as well, that has is born to fly great distances and has the muscles and the heart and everything to keep it flying, and then they put it in a little cage, and it still happens to this day. And then you have parrots and parakeets, incredibly intelligent birds, incredibly intelligent. I would say in some respects certainly their linguistic skills are superior to many mammals. And you see them in cages that are big enough, they can't even spread their wings. Such a shame. The way we treat animals, I've always said it at home, there'll be, in a century's time, we'll discover that all animals were vastly more intelligent than we ever gave them justice, that we ever gave them credit for. And we'll look back at these times when we had these, the way we treated animals. And we'll look back on it in the same way that we treated slaves. I think, maybe less, I don't know. I mean, factory farming, intensive farming. My brother's massively into this, by the way. He's much more of an eco-warrior than I am. Let's catch up with the chat, because I've let it drop back. I didn't mean to, I'm really sorry. That we got there. I know how that is, lols. I just have my chores. That's Tracy and Demi talking about doing the housework. Happy birthday, thanks, Joe. Demi says, yeah, ditto that, exactly here. I'm feeling that way about 46. 46, mate. God, you're getting on. You're 10 years younger than me, brother. It's funny, actually, Adam, because I always remember turning 40 and I thought it was the end of the world. And then when I turned 50, everything physically and mentally does change. It's almost like the reverse of when you become a teenager. And, when you become a teenager, you get growth spurts and emotions change. And, you get all sorts of different chemicals doing different weird things to your body. And there's this vast change between pre and post. And 50 for me was, obviously I didn't suddenly start growing hair in places, I didn't have it before, but I did find that it was harder to get out of the chair, and you find yourself going, oh, as you sit down, and you start forgetting things, and it definitely, there's a kind of, it was literally around the time of 50. That's all a bit weird, isn't it? Simpleton, thank you so much, my friend. 56 looks good. Cheers. Thank you. I work at it. I do work at it. I've got my mum's youthful genes, I think. It's funny, I saw my brother, who was in the chat just now, bless him. He's more my dad's side, and has grey hair, and I don't have it, and I often get ribbed because of it, but it's not the case. I just don't have yet any preponderance of grey. Have you got anything fun planned for tomorrow, Rokk? Yeah, so like I said, David, and sorry, I'm probably a bit late catching up. the girls want to go and do something, we will. But at the moment, the weather's not looking too good. I'm not feeling... I've had actually a pretty good week, I have to say. Overall, the business has been really busy, which is good. And that in turn brings me in to do more things, which is great, because I've vegetated for too long. And we've got some stuff going on. We've got some potential new business that's looking really good. So it's been a good week. But I don't fancy doing much. I wonder if I can get this camera to zoom in a bit more on my head. Okay, there we go, that's better. I was just down here a little too much. So yeah, we'll do something, I'll let you know. But what I was thinking of doing, if we had gone to the zoo, or they don't call it that anymore, Paynton Wildlife Breeding Centre and thing, you know what they do. I was going to take my camera and do the whole Rokk Around the Block from the zoo. That would be massive. But it's going to rain, so I think most of the Rokk Around the Block stuff's going to happen around spring and summer. I do have some footage still from the weekend ago when I took it out, and I might do some more this weekend, but I will get there. Oh look, Edward is watching from the Philippines. That's awesome, dude. Welcome. We are a massively, Edward, we're a massively international show. Literally from all over the UK, from all over Europe, from all over the United States, all over Canada, the Philippines, Hawaii. That's amazing. Thank you so much. It's really, really good of you to stop by and say hi as well. I'm just going to fire up YouTube at my end a second. I don't know why, but I'm super excited. My subscriptions have suddenly gone on again. Oh, cheers, Ant, for that, dropping the 5, and Geek as well. Thank you, guys. I really, really appreciate this. Over the last couple of days, the subscriptions have gone up, and it's fantastic. So we are now at quite a nice number, 3,222 subscribers. Isn't that cool? And Smith Noy 1 has subscribed today and become a member, which is brilliant. Thank you so much. I just want to check. Let me see. What does that say? Action required to stay in the YouTube partner program, continue monetize. Well, I did all this yesterday. I had to sign all their new terms and conditions, and they're a bit, there's some very interesting stuff in there, and I've seen quite a few content creators kicking off. We don't get a choice. Sign it or bail out the program. So I'm not going to do it again because I've done that. Well, I'm going to go with what I said earlier. I've got... Rokk, you look great. Oh, thank you, Anne. You look great, and you make me not afraid to get older. Now, you're a good-looking dude, brother. I mean, you keep yourself fit. You'll be absolutely fine anyway. And this is for the Rokk Birthday Fund. Oh, bless you, mate. I didn't expect all this. This is it's a bit feelsy. You guys are fantastic. So what was I getting to? This is what happens when I can't hear the music and I can't get my chat to come up and stuff. I go ranty. I go off on rants about things. What's going on in here, says Martinez. How are you, brother? Are you home now? Because you got stranded over Christmas in Hawaii, didn't you? Are you back? Are you back and doing it? Rexemptor says, good day. Good day. Please tell me that you're coming in from the Antipodean side of the world, that you're g'daying from Australia or New Zealand, because that would make my day. Not that the rest of you guys haven't already, bless you. Rokk, I can speak for everyone. We love you, brother. Oh, thanks, mate. Brilliant. Oh, bless you, dude. I try. It's the way I see it is, if at this time of the day I can make a few folk a little bit happier, looking forward to the rest of their day, then it's a cracking thing to do, isn't it? David says Indonesia is doing some great stuff, trying to save the orangutan. The old man of the woods, I think, is the literal translation of the name orangutan, by the way. Orangutan in Indonesia. They've nurseries and schools for the baby orangutans that lose their mothers. But ultimately, it's deforestation, mate, isn't it? there's only one reason why orangutan populations are on the decline, is they've got nowhere to live. And if ultimately we keep a species alive, having destroyed its habitat simply by putting them in little nurseries and, you know, and little parks and things, as nice as that is, do we honestly, and the reason is, in Indonesia there's two things. One is hardwood, so the stuff that, you know, like teak, that they make old school furniture with. The other one is palm oil. Palm oil is really the cheers, David. I thought you were already a member, dude. Mate, I need to look down because often it'll say, there you go. Yeah, he's already a member. Bless you, brother. For 4 months. That is amazing. Best wishes and birthday kisses. Oh, dude. So palm oil is in everything. It's just an agent that is used in food production to making paint. It's in everything. And it's a hugely profitable cash crop. And what's happened from across South America, across Asia, where it grows in the lovely tropical heat, is they have just chopped down millions and millions of acres. I mean, the statistics are unbelievable. Something like, you know, an area the size of Denmark is chopped down every month. I mean, I'm making that up, but it's kind of like that. And, you know, that's stuff that's been there for millions of years. And it has vast amounts of animals and insect life, you know, flora and fauna. Some of it is incredibly rare. Some of it, there's always that old analogy that Greenpeace use, you know, that as we chop away and kill off these plants and insects and animals, some of which we've never discovered, who's to know that there's a plant that we've just destroyed that was the cure for cancer? But we'll never know. Once it's gone, you know, humanity. And we're okay. We're able to get our food cheap. We're able to buy kit cheap, and technology cheap, and chips cheap, and everything's cheap because mass production, cheap products, cheap labour. Somebody down the road is suffering. David says palm oil itself isn't the enemy, though. It's versatile. One of them. Well, no, but it's the land that is being destroyed in order to grow bigger and bigger plantations of palm oil. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, guns aren't the enemy, are they? It's the guy behind it that pulls the trigger. But if you don't have a gun in that guy's hand, he can't pull the trigger. Palm oil is not in itself an offensive crop, and it has a huge amount of benefits. But when it's supplanting a vast range of vegetation and flora simply for our own profit, then it is the enemy. And I would rather it didn't exist on that basis. Teak smells so good. Yeah, my favourite woods. Yeah, but, you know, look at that. It does smell nice, but then again, you look at it and think that's an orangutan tree. That was where he had his nest. They're incredibly intelligent as well. Very gentle creatures. Gorillas are as well. You know, gorillas are much maligned because of the old King Kong movies and stuff. Truth is that they're actually really, really gentle animals. Chimpanzees, they're the ones. They will have you. They flock together in a troop and they go after small monkeys and they will hunt them down and they will eat them there and then. Off with their head, off with their leg. Let's get stuck in, boys. Gorillas are vegetarians. Gorillas just eat veg. They love it, as do orangutans. Congo, yeah, all that kind of stuff, you know. And sharks. The shark populations of the planet decimated after the Jaws, the film. And Spielberg really regrets it, by the way. If you ever get to see an interview where he talks about it, he really regrets the fact, as successful as Jaws was, at the time they gave no thought to what impact it might have on people's fear of sharks. Yeah, humans, huh? Should we go and have a look at the wheel? We've got 10 minutes too. We can come back and I can rant after, can't I? Let me just make sure it's all there. Yes, it is. Although, let me see. I need to just adjust something here so it looks a bit more. Oops. Everything's changed. That's it. Got it. Brilliant. I just make sure the other one's okay as well. Yeah, that was fine. What I could do, moving myself over. There we go. Hopefully this will be fine. So hold the back page. There we go. Here we are. Lovely. So I have added Smith Noy 1. Thank you so much for joining. I really, really appreciate that. There are probably some folk. I think I'm down 2, so there might be 2 in the wheel that aren't members, but I will check. So obviously, if you are not a member anymore and you get chosen, unfortunately, you ain't getting a prize, because that is what all these other lovely folk paying a bit for. Wow, got all sparkly, look at that. Right, hopefully we get the music. Hopefully you're hearing me. Yes, you are. That's cool. David, I'm going to apply to the orcas. Tracy, my favourite animal. The orcanus, the killer whale. My favourite. Yeah, I don't think there's... that was one of my favourite movies as a kid, by the way, which is why I think chimpanzees, dogs, orcas, they've always been my favourite animals. Yeah, well, man, isn't it? At the end of the day, you have to poke it all at man. What do you do? What do you do? We need another great flood. I thought COVID was going to be nature's way of giving us a back slap, to be honest, or a front slap even. But we seem to have... by the way, XBB 1.5 is the latest COVID variant. This is new knowledge, so I'm sharing it with you. XBB 1.5 is the latest variant. It is huge in America right now. It is the most virulent version of COVID to date since the Wuhan variant. Luckily, although all the scientists are saying it spreads like wildfire. Luckily, it's also the mildest. Each variant that comes out gets milder and milder and milder, and the effects of XBB 1.5 is like a cold. All right, like a heavy cold. It's all in the head, ENT, ear, nose, throat. By the time it gets down into your lungs, you have immunity. Existing vaccinations don't touch it. If you've had COVID the day before, a different variant, you will still get it, but it's a quick one. You will build immunity from it. And what's happening is they reckon we're going to have it for 10 years before we've built global immunity, but it will just wipe out because it's getting weaker and weaker and weaker, and we won't even notice that we've got it eventually. Apparently it's now 80% of the variants in the US, so it's going to make its way across. It's come up from nowhere. Voop. It's mega virulent. So just letting you know, if you get it right now in the States, it's almost certainly XBB 1.5. You should be good after 5 days, and hopefully it's not going to be too bad of an experience. I believe it's 19% in the UK, but growing fast. So we'll see it make its way out there. A little bit of a health news update for you guys. Primo, thank you, brother. A little bit of cake. Look at that lovely stuff, dude. Thank you so much. I won a game on Primo's show. Was it this morning? Oh, it was last night for Primo. And it was this morning for me. I need to tell you, have I told you yet, Primo, which one I wanted? I think I did. I think I sent you a tweet. But thank you so much for that. He does one every day. He does a game giveaway. And some nice games. The best ones I wanted was that Hacko Life, whatever it was called, but I missed out on that one. Martin, hello there, my friend. NVIDIA and Google join. Yeah, I know. I'm letting that one go by. I think, funny enough, I talked to Bjorn about that. We both sort of went, oh, we're just a bit bored of it. So we never bothered to cover it on Rock Players. Two competitors to Microsoft say, yeah, we agree. Yeah, big news. Who cares? Right, we have a wheel. Shall we spin it and see who's going to go in to win the game? Let's do it, shall I? Tell you what, I've already shuffled it. Yeah, here we go. Do. I don't know if you can hear the music. I'll check my Twitter. Yeah, no worries, brother. No worries at all. No urgency. Yeah, Martin feels the same way. Right, it's going to start slowing, and this is to win a bundle of PC games, okay? And I've added some outright games into a new bundle today. Right, here we go. It's gone past John, it's gone past MJ, it's gone past Bexy Bob, Nimbus Cloud. Is it going to stop on Purple? Is it stopping on Jin? Is it stopping on Bjorn? I flipping think it is. No, it's going. It's going to go to Spectres. Yes, it does. Spectres. Spectres is one of my VIP members. Bless him. Thank you so much, dude. So, right, Spectres today. Awesome sawsome. So let's get over to the game. There we are. At the game. Yeah, it's all clever stuff, isn't it? I can't believe I managed to get this to work seconds before we went live. Right, so these are all bundles of PC Steam code games. Now, I'm not as organised as Primo. Primo's list of games are broken down into those that are on GeForce Now and those that aren't. I haven't done that. These are, all I can guarantee is these are PC Steam codes, and some of them are as many as 4 games or 1 big game and 3 DLCs. Others are, there's nothing less than 2 games. And I've added outright games, although as it comes around I noticed that the S is a W, but that doesn't matter. So there's a bundle. Oh, it popped out there. A bundle. Look at the sparkles going up my neck. Help! I'm drowning in sparkle. So let's see. Let's spin it and see what Spectres is going to get. Here we go. Dum. It's doing the old. But I can't hear it. You've been spared my atrocious acting skills. Right, here we go. Zombie bundle, Siberia. Oh, Siberia looks really good. Whoever gets Siberia, you're in for a treat. Outright games. Warhammer 40k, Riptide, Tricks and Lifts. Is it going to stop there? I think it's going to stop on Orcs. No, it's still going. Hextones. Hextones are a great pack of games. It's still going. Stop. Stop. It's gone to Horror Bundle. I hope I haven't given it to somebody else. He's not watching, so he won't know. Horror Bundle. Stop. Come on, you've done it now. There you go. Horror Bundle. Awesome. I don't know if he likes horror games. We'll soon find out, won't we? If he doesn't, then I'll sort something out. It's all good. But where have I gone? You can hear me. My camera's disappeared. Oh, I know why. Help. I'm down here. Help! Here I am! Brilliant stuff. Oh wow, that was funny. Let's go back to the welcome, and then we'll end abruptly and appropriately at on the hour, so that my good friend William can entertain you with Among Us that he's playing today with Tracy was up for the old horror games. I'm just a bit concerned. You may have won them actually, Trace. I can't remember. Somebody won something. I'll find out later. Because you see, with all the update today and everything, I've kind of had to go back to an older version of the wheels. So it may have some stuff in there that I've already given away. But I've made a little note, so that's all good. Guys, thank you so much for all your love today as well, with the super chats and the really kind things as well that you've said. That warms the cockles of a very old man's heart. Rokk, are you going to come along and join us? No, I won't, dude, because dinner time for me when it's the show over. Plus, I'm sure my girls want me to discuss what I'm going to do. We're going to do tomorrow, so we're going to set some plans and things. But thank you so much, brother. I hope you have a fantastic time. And Martin just screams too much. You guys know the only game that I've ever jumped in was the Blair Witch one, which I didn't think it would catch me out again, playing it again when I did back along on Halloween. And it did. The exact same moment made me jump again. Oh, Primo, thank you, my friend. You've already been too generous. Really appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. 56. I'm still here. You can look here. You can sort of, as you get older, you can sort of say to me, Rokk, when you were 20, what did it feel like? And I'll say I'm the faintest. I can't remember. Thank you so much for that. Happy birthday message. Bless you. Probably best, all of our friendships are being tested. Oh, really? Because I've never even watched a full game, but you basically have to accuse people, don't you, of who you think is the antagonist. And I can imagine that can get a bit like, it wasn't me. What do you keep saying it's me for? In that kind of way. Oh, funny. I had to add something so people can't tell I stole your ideas, says Primo. Oh, mate, it's all good. It's all good. If it works, it's working. That's brilliant stuff. Right, I'm going to let you go and play Among Us with William, my dear friend, with all my other dear friends as well. Thank you so much. Apologies that it's been a bit of a half-hearted affair today. The good news is that I seem to have cured the two big issues that I had by doing it. So it's a bit, like when sometimes you have to burn away grassland to let the new shoots come up. I've kind of done that. I've sort of had to burn away all my old settings and drivers and reinstall everything to get it to work. So that's good news. And David says, yeah, basically just accuse, lie, kill each other and lie about it again. Ray's been voted off so many times, he's getting seriously wound up. Oh, Ray, bless you, mate. They're just picking on your brother, aren't they? Because you're not as sweary as they are. Maybe that's not quite the case. Happy birthday. Cheers, Martin. Guys, I'm gonna kick past the closing out because I can't find that video of me walking out the door. I think I might have lost it in the rebuild. So we'll go straight to the outro. Normally, what I do, you may have noticed, those of you that hang around, is I wait, whatever track is playing, I'll wait till it completely ends. It's kind of a bit OCD of me, really. But I watch it progress, and then when it ends, I kill it off. So if there's a track on there you like, feel free to hang around, because I don't close the stream down until it ends, and it can be quite nice. So I shall let you go. I'll see you Monday. Everything's going to be working fine. Oh, it's gone again. Come back. You might just notice there's pictures of me on the wall there. That's a bit embarrassing. Those are old business pictures of when we won awards as Business of the Year and stuff. Hang on. I'm gone. I think that would take that as my cue. Lalakachi. Okay, what a fantastic name. Sorry I missed you. We're just heading out, but thank you so much for popping in. Really appreciate it. James, thank you for the happy birthday as well. I am here. I'm like Jack in the Titanic. Rose, let me go. Let me go. I'm out of here. Take care. Rock out.